Mr. Crab on the next cast. So there's one pack of the lug. Right, let's see if we can get whatever's on here. Still going, it's been going like 5 minutes. How's it going, everybody? Hope you're all well. So let's go fishing. Yeah! Not sure where I'm going to go yet, but sort of playing it around in my head. We're going to have a look at a couple of spots and I'll work out from there. We keep getting really heavy downpours, which is a bit of a pain. So I want to be near to the van. I was going to go in the car, to be honest, but because of how it's really been hammering down. Might be soaked in no time, so I'm going to go somewhere where I can take the van. Been up to our old Angler's Corner in Kings Lynn and picked up 50 lug. They're big old beasts, so cheers to them boys. And now we just need to put some fish on the end of the hooks. So I'm now off over the unit just to grab a few bits of my gear I've got over there. And then I'll be down on the coast and sort of wandering along and working out where I'm going to go. Obviously from the title of the video and stuff, you'll know where I've been, where I'm going. So we'll see you on the way there and down on the beach. Let's go. So we got 15 degrees at the moment, 14.5ish. So 1 minute I've got the old peak hat on, next minute I've got the old winter hat on. The weather's all over the place at the moment. It's pretty crazy. I've even got my fishing suit up with me tonight in the van. I won't put it on probably, but just in case. So I'm wandering along the coast, having a little look around some of the little staiths and estuaries, and now I've turned up at Hunstanton. I'm going to go down in the car park, have a little look, see what's what down there. I've got a feeling that'll be way too windy down there. Then we've got like 27, 28 mile an hour winds along the front here. So that probably ain't going to work, but we'll have a look. And then if not, we'll carry on moving on and find somewhere out of the wind slightly. It's unusual to see this road along the top here clear. It's normally absolutely rammed every time I come along here. Cars, campers, you name it, they're normally parked all the way along. See a few ships out to sea. Probably seeing it on the right hand side of the picture. What are we going to get? Let's go down a ramp. Let's see what's down there. For all we know, it might be packed and loads of people down there, but I doubt it. We're in the middle of the week, so not so many people fishing through the middle of the week. It's alright for me because I'm self-employed, so I can sort of open up and log up whenever I want to, sort of thing. And they're going past the salad bowl and then the toilets place on the right there. See all the pier and everything all lit up in the distance. And then a bit further down you got the fair and everything. Should still be going this time of night. The time at the moment is about 8:15. And that's pretty much pitch black. Got then. A couple of people fishing to my left. A couple of cars parked up, a couple the end here as well, so that ain't no good either. Okay, so I've decided to go up to the old Great Ouse, sort of halfway up there already, so I need another half an hour from understanding, so I'll only be an hour out at the most. Shouldn't too bad. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find a new part of the river that I've never fished before. Been looking at a few spots anyway during the week and stuff, and yeah, I think of a spot I'm going to go and try. Hopefully I'll be able to put the van against the wind and get a comfortable-ish spot. Hopefully we can hold bottom a bit. Now I know you're meant to sort of fish this river 2 hours down, 2 hours up, is what everybody does, but you know me, I like to try different things. I'm going to go 2 hours up, 2 hours down. From the top of the tide, not the bottom. So it's going to be 10 by the time we set up. Oh, it's no raining on me. Yeah, it'll be about 10 by the time we set up. Got the rods in the water. Got the time slightly wrong when I was I'm standing there. I said 10 past 8, I think, didn't I? That was actually 9 o'clock. Time was ticking away. But we're up in the main roundabout now. Go down here into the town towards the docks, and then we'll find somewhere around that area. So I'll see you down there. So we're nearly there. I'll show you this bit so you know where you're going. Turned in at Port of Kings Lynn, turn off. Over the bumps. Down the left here there is a bit where all the boats in that park. I did wonder myself if the fish do actually get in there. I'll have to have a look during the day. You would think that some of the fish would get in there and try and get out of the flow. Boats are either getting unloaded or loaded. There's one there coming in the river there. Looking alright, the water's looking dirty, chocolatey brown, it's a bit windy. This is where you take it very easy on the side of the river. Lots more boats coming in by the looks of things. They go obviously during the day and stuff and then have to wait for the tide. Come back in sometimes. Take it easy going along here because It goes straight off the edge. Well, obviously that's fine if you're sensible. Good old row of boats coming down the river. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's like 7 boats. Let's have a nose, shall we? Not quite sure what you can see. You should be able to see a few of them. I'll put my mics on in a minute and won't get any wind noise. As far as I can see, all the way down the river, as you can see, every single one of them lights, there's another boat coming. So there must be a good, I don't know, 10-15 boats. That's us just there. They're going to be fun. I'll put some wash up. I can't really see what's happening by there because I can head that bomb, but you have to take it really easy along this bit because that absolutely shakes your vehicle. It's got some sort of grid or something under the gravel. That shakes your vehicle to bits. It's not so bad in the van, to be fair. But I come down here in my car, or one of my cars, the BMW, and that was shaking that like mad. So here we go. So nasty, whatever that is, that really shake. Just have to be really careful and stay on the road. So it's looking quite windy, but we're going to have to deal with what we've got to deal with, haven't we? We paid out for the worms. Two nice packs of lug just sitting there. 2 packs of 50. When you get to this bit here, you got a right and a left. You have to go left. I haven't been right, but it looks like it goes up to business and stuff like that. Just take it easy, you're on the dirt track now. Like I say, the river literally is right on your left there. I wouldn't recommend trying to turn around in some of these little tight spots in the dark either. If you go slightly too much, just past that grass is a very steep vertical bank, and you go straight down into the river. Should find a spot. There's still loads and loads of boats going past. Never seen so many all at once, to be honest. There's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Coming along. A lot of them are just cruising along with their little white light and their little red light and green light. No other lights on. It's a bit crazy. You can see the water there. Looks like the water's pretty high up here. But we've still got quite a way to go, so we need to be careful. We've got another good couple of hours of tide yet. So we don't want to get washed off here. Quite impressed how high it is, to be honest. I wasn't expecting it to be that high. This bit here is where the two big yellow, I call them the Yellow Buoys, but can't just keep going down and down here, but you eventually run out of road. There is a bit you can sort of turn around on, but thinking about having to go here, but I'll work out what's what, make sure it's all safe and make sure that tide ain't coming over the top, to be honest. So I'm all parked up, getting set up. One rod's already set up. Basically got a boom on like so, about 2 foot long, and then a smaller one up the top. I'm going to whack some lug on, and these are big old chunky worms, which I'll show you in a minute. Not really matching the hook size, to be honest. Got quite small hooks on, but massive chunky lug. Need to get sorted and get one on the top as well. Just got to make sure everything's not tangled. To be fair, this one's actually been sitting in my box. The worms are massive. There's no like, well, this one's not too bad. Right, let's get this one out in the water, shall we? Tip lights, I'd say one of the tip lights must be sitting here somewhere. Nice bright red for this one. Make sure I'm not getting hooked up on it. And away we go. On the next rod we're going to go big hook, big baits. We're just going to let this one sit there with big chunky baits on it. Nice decent size hook. Nice huge lug. Don't know if these are too big, to be honest. They're massive. Right, I'll get the other rod set up. And I'll see you out there. So we've got both rods in the water. One's a big baited lug, and one's a 2-hook flatbury type rig with lug on as well. It's pretty windy, it's blasting right in my face. But you ain't gonna catch not trying. Gotta be out here to try it. There's people down the river. Got a chap with a car behind me just watching everything I'm doing. Just see if I'm catching anything. The old windmill further down there is absolutely blasting around. But I know you can't see a lot, so we'll just keep you going until we get a bite, and then if we do, I'll light everything up and we'll bring it in. So there's one pack of the lug. As you can see, they're quite decent worms. And then I've got another pack just sitting around the side there. Let's go through these ones first and see how we get on. Hopefully we'll start getting a few bites. You can just sort of see the area roughly of what I'm doing, can't you? Just past that grass there, the water's literally right there. Just hope that's not going to come up over the top of here and start flooding over. Because there's nowhere for me to fast escape. I'd have to spin round and start going the other way quick. We have a bite first cast, blue tip rod. So just tap, 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 tap. Here we go. I'll let it go for a little bit just in case it's a flounder. That's a big old bait and a fairly decent sized hook, so that wouldn't hook up a flounder or a flatfish or something like that. Right, let's see if we can get whatever's on here. It's still going, it's been going like 5 minutes. Don't think it's a crab bite because it's been going too well, so. But it's not vicious enough to be a bass though. Oh, might have before you tighten the old drag up, might it? We've got Mr. Eel all tangled up. Well, that's a start, but he's strangled himself because the hook's too big, I suppose. And there he is, basically. But now I'm going to have to cut him free and retie that trace. So we've got big lumps of weed on the other rod, as you can see. Lovely. So get that all cleared, top hook's all clear. We'll get this all off, get it rebaited with some of them lug. So, Mr. Eel. Don't mind getting eels as long as they don't can wreck me rigs like that one. That one I had to just chop completely the whole rig up because that had wrapped all around its head and sort of started to strangle itself. So we just cut the whole rig up and let the fish go. Nice to get a fish fairly early on. Now it'd be nice to get a bass or a flounder or something like that. One thing you mustn't forget here is keep the old drag set because anything can come through, like whole trees, stuff like that. All sorts of stuff go down this river. But yeah, not a bad start. At least we're on off a cards, no blank, new spot, all good. Let's see if we can get some more bites. Mr. Crab on the next cast. You can see there's chomping on my lug. Alright, let's see what's happening on this red tip. I just brought the blue one in, as you saw I had a crab. I've actually hit it out over past quarter of the way this time. I was going quite close in to start with, but it seemed to be holding, so I'm going to work my way out. Obviously, depending on where the bites are and stuff. Well, we've got bare hooks, but we've got no weed whatsoever that time. So that's good news. Another really decent bite on the blue tip rod. Strange that all the bites are coming to the blue tip rod and not the others. Not the other rod, yeah. There's a couple of really good knocks, so hopefully. God, wind's blasting me. Well, it ain't gone anymore, but that's pulling up and down. So let's just see what happens, see what we can get. It doesn't feel like anything's there. It doesn't feel like weed though. No. Got no weed whatsoever, nice and clear, but nothing there. It's a shame. So I've just had another cast on both rods. Put the blue tip rod about halfway across, and the red tip rod I've literally put out about rod length and a half, something like that. Quite close in. Don't know if you'll be able to see down these edges, but the water is literally right there. Shame we didn't get the second bite on the blue rod, but let's hope we can get some more bites. The rods are shaking around a little bit in the wind, but nothing to worry about, nothing that you can't see a bite of. Well, it's just gone midnight. I've had another 5 or 6 casts on each rod, and not a lot's happened. Tide's turned, started going down and going out. But otherwise, no more bites. So nothing's really happened. It's getting really, really, really windy. It was windy when I got here, but now it's making the van do that. But I'm trying to keep baiting up all the hooks, keep bringing it in every sort of 10 minutes or so. Putting fresh baits on. Trying to get a few more bites, but it's a bit slow at the moment. Still obviously got plenty of worms left. Got the chap behind me. He disappeared in his car for a little while and then come back like half an hour later and sitting there again. He didn't say hello or nothing, he just sat in his car like, I don't know, 4 or 5 spaces back. God, that wind is really rough. Most people probably wouldn't even bother fishing in this, but if you don't try, you don't catch, do you? Whoa, back in the van. I basically decided to call it because I bought the blue tip rod in and the red tip rod in, and both rigs were completely tangled up and eeled out, all slimy, and yep. I thought, well, I wasn't in the mood to reset up 2 more rods and the wind has just got pretty crazy anyway, so it was just time to call it. So I did. Good thing about tonight was the tide didn't really drag me across. 3-4 ounce weights, sat there all night, no problem whatsoever, so that was nice. And it was a 6.57 tide as well, so it was, it was a decent tide, but they held pretty well, so that was good. Just the one fish. I'm pretty sure I did have another fish on the blue tip rod again, sort of halfway in. I could feel a nod, but that came off, so you didn't get to see that, and nor did I, which is a bit of a shame. But there we go. Well, I've got plenty of worms left over, so I'll be out again soon. Won't be tomorrow because I've got my dad's 70th birthday, so I'm off down to Ipswich and I'll be out for a meal and stuff like that, celebrating that. But I'll get out again as soon as I can, use them worms up, and obviously make some more videos. I'll still do me normal and put about 7:30 Friday nights like I do every single week. And hopefully I'll see you soon in the next one. So bye for now.